Hey guys, welcome to a random review I'm doing. This one, I haven't put out videos in probably I'd say probably about 2 weeks, or I don't really know. It's been a while, but honestly, I've been busier for somebody that doesn't like. I haven't been working, but I have been busy. Just got. I'm gonna get that glare out of the way. Yeah, but I've been. I'm probably going to be yeah, I'm going to be a newspaper cartoonist. So I've been writing scripts for that, drawing for it, doing things like that. So it's actually a lot more work than it sounds. Anyway, I'm going to do a double review today. Uh, First one is going to be for Audition. Watch that for the first time. It's a Japanese horror film, I believe. I think it's Japanese. I want to say it is. Anyway, it is a horror film, and it's supposedly supposed to be disturbing. And what it's about is a guy's wife dies. Him and his son live alone together, and his friend auditions women, or is auditioning women for. I can't remember if it's a TV show or a movie, but they find this one girl. They audition her, and basically she turns out to be a fucking psychopath. I don't want to give too much away. Uh, the disturbing stuff doesn't really come till the end of the film, I will say that, or for the most part. Uh, Now, direction wise, this movie was pretty fucking good, actually. It had a very somber feel to it. It was kind of odd at times. Like, at odd times, it kind of almost felt like a comedy, which it's Japanese, so the way they direct is quite a bit different than the way anyone else does, right? Because it just makes sense. It's different culture. Uh, but there was some cool camera work here, and I think that it paid off quite well. The writing here was kind of confusing at times, but it all kind of went together at the end. Uh, I thought that the writing was fairly well done. The twisting and turning. There wasn't too many twists, but there is a couple. Uh, Now, when it comes to the acting, I can't acting and dialogue when it comes to a different language or a different culture. I think the acting was done really well. I did get invested in the characters and stuff like that. Dialogue was kind of off, but that's just because of where it's from. For me, right? Um, the characters were all fairly likable. I want to say, what's the word I'm looking for here? Like you're not only invested in them, but you feel bad for them for the most part. Is what I think anyway. I felt a bit of remorse for most of the characters in this show. Uh, Now the effects were done very well. I wouldn't say I could say they could have put a little more effort into them, but all in all, they were pretty decent effects. And there was and I'm not saying they could put more work into all of them. I just mean some of them. I could see them tweaking them a little bit, make them more. I was expecting a lot more, focused on the disturbing, gross stuff, which there was enough of. So, okay, so music. Honestly, I can't really recall, and if I can't recall music, usually I'm not that into it. So I'll just say meh for the music because I don't remember it. But honestly, if I don't remember a song in a movie, I usually consider the song not to be that great. So I can give Audition. Can I recommend it first of all? Yeah, I can. It's decent. It's a decent watch, and it's not my favorite movie by any stretch, and it's not the most disturbing thing I've ever seen either. I think this must have came out at a time when people were just getting into these disturbing films that have become such a trend now. Uh, but yes, I can recommend it. I would give this one like a three, or sorry, not a three. I'd give this one like I'll give it like a 6.5 out of 10. Not to, some people might think that score's a little low, but I honestly think that it's watchable, and it's something that I probably wouldn't visit too much more, but I would watch it again for sure. Which brings us to our next movie, which Irreversible. Now, I went into this thinking this is going to be so disturbing. And I even like the idea that it was shot, the way it was directed was, or written, I should say, is it was written backwards and directed backwards, of course, so that the story was told backwards. However, that actually hurt the movie, and I'll explain why. First of all, direction-wise, I couldn't fucking stand this movie. The camera was like going like this a lot and giving me fucking motion sickness, and it just gets worse and worse. And I just couldn't stand it, man. Like, it does it so much. Like, you go upside down and shit. Like, it's just fucking gross. And, okay, so I really dislike the directing here. I don't know. And then there's some spots where the camera just sits there. And that to me is really boring. So anyway, and it was shot backwards. And they were trying to do this to show that the story was moving backwards. You know, but I didn't see the point, really. Writing-wise, now, this is sort of where I feel like the movie was trying to be original, but it failed. The movie, writing-wise, wanted to be, like, it almost seemed like an attempt to be Tarantino. By the way, this is a French movie, I believe. I should say that. But yeah, the writing was going backwards. So the problem with that is you have your outcome at the outcome of the movie is at the beginning of the movie. So you go through your outcome, and then you go to the main event, the most disturbing part of the movie, I guess you'd say. You get to that event that made the outcome happen, which is a rape, and then you go into basically the nothing part of the movie, the part where it's the beginning of the movie, and you're just getting to know your characters. So you don't know any of your characters till the end of the movie, and when you get to know them, they kind of suck, right? So yeah, I didn't really see why they would do it that way. Honestly, if the movie was shot forwards, I might have liked it a little more, if it was shot normally. But honestly, I thought, people were talking about this rape scene that was really disturbing. I can think of a million movies more disturbing than that. Not that rape's not disturbing. It very much is. It's just I feel as though I can think of a million different movies that are 10 times more disturbing than this one. Especially because when you get to know your characters, they're douchebags. So you don't even really like them near the end of the movie, right? You're well, not that you want them to get raped, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? You're not invested in these characters through the whole thing anyway. So anyway, enough of that. I'll talk about character. Well, obviously, I told you, characters suck. Not one likable one, in my opinion. Dialogue is pretty bad. I think even for a French movie. I hope I'm right that this is French. I can't remember. It's been a couple days, but yeah, it was pretty bad. Even though I speak a different language, it was so repetitive at times. They would repeat, especially at the gay club scene, repeat the same thing over and over and over again. It was fucking annoying for 10 minutes. Okay, and then so the acting, I'd have to say the acting was fairly decent. I didn't see a problem with that. Whatever. Effects. There wasn't very many, but the one or two we saw was pretty decent. I would say they did a good job at their effects, at least. And music, once again, nothing really comes to mind. I think the music in this one was actually pretty good, though. So I think I can say that, at least. It wasn't the best, but it was alright. So what can I give this? Well, can I recommend it, first of all? I wouldn't recommend Irreversible, I'm sorry. To anyone who's a fan of this, I know a lot of people like it. For me, just wasn't my thing, man. It just was too artsy for its own good. And I like artsy movies. I mean, I like Eraserhead, I like Necromantic, I like weird shit like that, but this one just falls flat to me. It's like from death to birth or something. It should go one way, it goes the other. So, I don't know. Maybe if a guy edited it backwards, it might be good. And just call it reversible or something. I don't know. But yeah, no, not for me. So guys, I'm going to give Irreversible, I'd have to say, honestly, it's not that bad. I'll give it a 3 out of 10. I'll never watch it again, but it kept me that entertained. So yeah. Anyway, guys, I want to give a shout out to my buddy Todd E. Walnuts. Just did an animation for him recently. He really liked it, which I was happy about. And I got a lot of nice, or he posted it or whatever. We're friends on Facebook. He posted it, and I had a lot of his friends add me on YouTube, which was also really cool. Thanks to you guys. I hope to get to know you a lot better. Yeah, and what can I say? I look forward to doing some more videos, guys. Thank you for watching very much. Cheers from Canada. It's starting to warm up slightly. I hope it fucking hurries up because I am sick of this winter shit. Peace out, guys.